We've got Bobby Kasanga there. But boy, you sleeping there, man?
Oh no, I've been up for a
Wake up, man.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just trying to get used to life. Quarantine life is a bit of a strange time we're in at the moment. So yeah,
especially different. You. I know you. You're a guy. You're a bit like me. You're always on the go. You're always out and about. You obviously you manage the Hackney Wick football team, and now behind closed doors.
Yeah, it's
well, behind your own closed doors, should I say?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been quite difficult, but because I've always been on the go, I'm actually quite enjoying the downtime. But it gets to a point that where you just chopping at the bits to get something else done, and you can't really. You can do all the admin in the world. You can sit down and go through everything, go through your books and everything. But then after that, what is there to do? And struggling, do homework with my daughter, and then after that, like we just sit around. Okay, what do we do now? So we're trying to watch all the films we can, recap on some of the football highlights that people are putting up. But yeah, it's a strange time. It's a strange time. How have you been coping with it?
Do you know what? For me, it hasn't been too bad because obviously I've been making lots of content from home. Yeah. So I've been finding that my days sometimes are probably even more busier than when I'm out and about. Maybe because it just seems like I just find that sometimes when you're working from home and like at the moment I'm probably doing like about three videos a day and then helping to do other meetings and stuff like that. It seems like a very long day sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's all the reason why that is all because it's all in one place. It's all at home. Yeah. But you know, I'm just saying to myself, give thanks a bit because at least I'm still able to do sort of what I normally do. Although not being able to get out there, go to football, meet fans, get out and about. I'm starting to feel it now. I'm starting to feel it. I'm like, I just want to get out now. I just want to go somewhere. I just want to change the scenery. I want to just go and, you know, and you can't do that at the moment. So I am really missing that. But listen, it is, you know, we're safe. We're at home until we can get on top of this thing because it's terrible at the moment.
Yeah, and I think I miss mostly. To be fair, I don't miss so much the training because the trainings can be a bit like laborious. Think, let's go on the training. But match days is what I'm actually missing. Like picking the squad and going out to for the first team. We're traveling all the way up in Suffolk, playing against other teams. So I missed that part of it and the whole banter and the change rooms. But at the same time, we've got so much different projects that we're still trying to get off the ground. So we've got a football college, a sports college that we're launching in September. So we will be offering BTECs diploma, BTEC certificates, and BTECs in sports, basically. So trying to do something a bit different. So it'll be our college program where kids will go and do a whole full-time college education, with pathways to university. So we're trying to do as much as we can. So that's the main thing we're doing. However, many of the kids didn't get to sit their GCSEs, so they're not sure exactly what their grades are going to be. So they're waiting for their predicted scores, and then we're still competing with a sort of college that's been going around for ages. So we have to try to convince people just through social media, like Hackney Wick FC college program is a place to be. So it's a bit difficult at the moment in terms of recruiting. We've got a few numbers, but we still need to get quite a few more. But yeah, it's something different. I'm trying to get them a pathway also to the first team, and yeah, I mean, there's so much going on. And for me, I think personally, yes, so many people are dying, and it's hard to see people losing their loved ones. But everything, there's a blessing in everything, and for me, it's like the amount of youths that are being saved by being at home because of the whole knife crime epidemic and youth violence that was going on, and like we're not here about knife crime anymore. We're not here about any stabbings and killings of our youths, really. So for me, that's the positive I can take from it, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you, a person, obviously, you do a lot of things, you know, and outstanding things in grassroots football. How is this going to affect grassroots football, though? This whole coronavirus crisis? Because at the moment, there's no, you know, normally today's Sunday. I mean, I'll be traveling somewhere with my son for him to play football, and there'll be lots of other mums and dads across the UK on a Sunday morning, taking their kids out to play football, but there's no football at the moment.
To be fair, I think some parents are a bit relieved, like, oh, maybe I don't have to get up on Sunday morning in a way. But
that's true.
But I think, yeah, it affects a lot of teams massively, and even within our own league. I know from step 3 to step 7, so that's like from semi-pro all the way down to the last bit of semi-pro. They've cancelled all the leagues. So basically, teams who were going for promotion, and maybe that would have added more sponsorship for them. And some teams have been in a certain league for years and years and years. That finally got the chance to put themselves up, and it's not going to work out. I mean, we weren't doing so great in our semi-professional league. We were fourth from bottom, but we had games in hand, which means we don't think we would have got relegated. But we reached our first ever semi-final. Like, we've been around for 5 years, and we reached our first ever semi-final. It was the only London club left in the cup. It was the only Division 1 team left in the cup, because all the other teams were in the Premier. And one of the teams we were meant to play in the semi-finals was Stowmarket FC, and they hadn't lost a single league game all season. So there's that disappointment as well, because we had a bumper crowd that was coming, and literally it was 4 days before the actual game that the FA said no more football. We was like, what? Wait, we just reached our first ever semi-finals. Like, we had a ridiculous amount of people that was going to come to the game. And so, yeah, it's affected us in regards to, because we had a match day sponsor just for that day as well. We're going to give us a significant amount of sum to sponsor the team for that day. So I can see how a lot of clubs who perhaps are not that social media savvy will be sort of thinking how we're going to get our finances, how we're going to get our sponsors. Because right now is the time where you start negotiating for sponsorship for next season. Right now is when you sort out your pre-season matches and so on. And we've been in a bit of a predicament where we was playing the stadium that we was using was a Coles Park stadium in Haringey, but they decided to put someone else in there. So at the moment we're homeless, but it looked like we're going to be moving somewhere very soon. But we still have to negotiate that as well. So there's lots of clubs who are struggling, and not even just the grassroots. We're hearing about a lot of football leagues and clubs who might be going into administration because of this, because you can imagine their bread and butter is the match day revenue. So it's a bit crazy at the moment.
Yeah, grassroots football is definitely going to get it's being hit, and is going to get, and you've just there explained a lot of the problems that are going to face, because not every club's Arsenal, Man United. I mean, you've got clubs that's got tiny little budgets, and it's going to be really interesting to see how football is going to emerge from this whole coronavirus crisis.
I think personally, it's going to bring everyone together. Everyone's going to appreciate a bit more. I know that one of our sponsors have been asking questions about what can they think that they can do in regards to when football does return, and I've been given ideas in terms of not just a professional game, but also definitely the grassroots game, because that's where we're at. And I think it will be in a way where people just want to get together and unite and try to do things together. And what better place to go to a football club where you meet so many other people? So there'll be a point that where we'll have that togetherness again, that camaraderie that's going to bring people together. But it will be a strange time, especially for teams in non-league who've had to say that season just played doesn't even count. Yeah. So everyone's like, wait, we played this whole season, got yellow cards, red cards, we fought, we won, we lost, and that's just meant to be wiped out now. So, and then for us, especially during the league, it's a whole clean slate. So we're talking to players. I got countless emails I need to respond to, because players say, "Oh, I want to sign for Hackney Wick when this trials." I don't even know when we're getting out. I don't know when trials are going to be. So, yeah. So I think football will win in the end, and not just football. The world will win in the end, to be fair. And you just have to provide communities, and this whole thing reminds us that we shouldn't take anything and anyone for granted. Anything can be taken from us at any time, and it shows again that a higher power can just say, "Okay, I'm going to stop the world." Who would have thought this would ever happen? So yeah, it's crazy times, but also it's a time for people to reflect.
Well, listen, Bobby, some great inspirational words. You sound, it's Sunday. You're preaching, bro. Reverend Bobby Kasanga on a Sunday morning. You know what I mean? But no, listen, you're giving us a very positive message there, and I think you're so right in everything you said. And listen, good luck with
Appreciate
everything.
it,
Maybe once we come out of this, we got to give you a game. AFTV.
Yeah, nah, we'll do it, man. We'll definitely do it, man. All the best, man.
Definitely.
And guys, donate. Make sure you donate.
That's the one, man. That's the one. Thanks for that, Bobby, man.
Cheers, man.
The coronavirus has not just affected the world of football, but has affected everybody. But you know what? We can defeat it. If you're displaying any of the symptoms, always make sure that you self-isolate. I know it's a terrible time, but we will defeat the coronavirus. We will be back.